There is a story that has spread across the world for centuries. A ring is said to control jinn, command the winds, and give its owner power over the entire world. Some even believe whoever finds it will rule humanity. But what if I told you the truth is far more powerful and far more dangerous than this story itself? This is the story of the Ring of Solomon, a story told in books, movies, and ancient traditions. But when we turn to Islam, when we turn to the Quran, something shocking happens. The story changes. So in today's video, let us dive deep into the reality of the Ring of Sulaiman, alayhi salam, and understand why so many rumors and stories are built upon it. Allah tells us about a king unlike any other, Prophet Sulaiman, alayhi salam. He was a prophet and a ruler who was given a kingdom never given to anyone before or after him. Allah mentions the supplication of Sulaiman, alayhi salam, in the Holy Quran. He prayed, "My Lord, forgive me and grant me an authority that will never be matched by anyone after me. You are indeed the giver of all bounties." So we subjected to him the wind, blowing gently at his command to wherever he pleased, and we subjected to him every builder and diver of the jinn and others bound together in chains. Think about that. Not only did Allah grant Sulaiman, alayhi salam's wish to be given the most magnificent kingdom in the history of humanity, but Allah also gifted him with the power to control the jinn kind, animals, birds, and even winds. Sulaiman, alayhi salam, had an enormous ring on his finger, the ring which was made of brass and iron. The disciples of Sulaiman, alayhi salam, believed that it was the very same ring that Sulaiman, alayhi salam, was gifted by Allah, through which Sulaiman, alayhi salam, was able to control the jinn, animals, and wind. Maybe it was true, maybe it was false. We don't find any such thing in the Holy Quran, but we do find the mention of a ring that Sulaiman, alayhi salam, wore. Hence, we can't deny it outright, and we also won't accept it fully. But if the story is true, and if Sulaiman, alayhi salam, did control the jinns, animals, and wind through that ring, here is what many people misunderstand. The power did not come from the ring, not once. Not a single authentic verse, not a single authentic hadith says that a ring controlled his kingdom. Instead, all that was clearly meant from the verses is that Allah granted Sulaiman alayhi salam a vast kingdom and power over the jinns, animals, and winds. Allah even tells us something incredible. Sulaiman alayhi salam had the ability to talk to animals and converse with them. There is no mention of a ring in the verses where he heard the supplication of an ant and rebuked the hudhud bird. Allah mentions both incident in the Holy Quran. And when they came across a valley of ants, an ant warned, "O ants, go quickly into your homes so Solomon and his armies do not crush you unknowingly." So Solomon smiled in amusement at her words and prayed, "My Lord, inspire me to always be thankful for your favors, which you have blessed me and my parents with, and to do good deeds that please you. Admit me, by your mercy, into the company of your righteous servants." And in another verse, one day he inspected the birds and wondered, "Why is it that I cannot see the hoopoe? Or could he be absent? I will surely subject him to a severe punishment, or even slaughter him unless he brings me a compelling excuse." It was not long before the bird came and said, "I have found out something you do not know. I have just come to you from Sheba with sure news." So where did the ring story come from? Over time, stories began to spread. Some claimed the ring had a hidden name of Allah. It gave control over jinn, or it could be stolen, lost, or even used by others. According to one popular narrative, a jinn named Ifrit stole the ring, assumed the identity of Sulaiman, alayhi salam, duped everyone, and governed his realm for 40 days. When Sulaiman, alayhi salam, returned to his country and informed everyone that he is the true Sulaiman, alayhi salam, and that the person sitting on his throne is an impostor, no one believed him. Sulaiman A.S. was then driven out of the palace, and he began working as a fisherman to survive. After nearly 40 days, Sulaiman A.S. discovered the ring in the guts of a fish he had caught. The Ifrit had misplaced the ring, which wound up within the fish. After obtaining the ring, Sulaiman returned to his kingdom. He donned it and sat on his throne again. But think carefully. If a jinn could impersonate a prophet and take over his kingdom, what would happen to trust in prophethood? It would collapse. This is why Islamic scholars have firmly rejected these stories, because Allah protects His prophets. May Allah be pleased with them all. No jinn, no creature can replace them. So, if the ring is not the source of power, the power lies with Sulaiman A.S., who was gifted that power by Allah, the Almighty. Sulaiman A.S. himself didn't have any power or control over anything. Similarly, Isa A.S. did not have the power to raise the dead or heal the blind. It was Allah, the Almighty, who granted Isa A.S. this power. Likewise, Musa A.S.'s staff did not possess the ability to part the sea or transform into a snake. It was the will of Allah that made the staff appear to have magical powers. Why does this myth exist? This shift in focus moves attention from Allah to an object. And this is a dangerous idea. The greatest deception was never the ring itself. It was making people believe that power lies in objects instead of Allah. Nauzu billah. Today, it is widely claimed that the seal of Solomon's ring was shaped like a pentagram. And this is why the same pentagram shape is being used in occult magic practices, because magicians think that this shape on Sulaiman A.S.'s ring gave him control over jinns, and thus they will also use this shape to gain control over jinns. Allah the Almighty clearly mentions this in the Holy Quran. They instead followed the magic promoted by the devils during the reign of Solomon. Never did Solomon disbelieve, rather the devils disbelieved. Doing magic is disbelief, and this is why in this verse Allah mentions disbelief instead of magic. A prophet of Allah never ever engages in magic, but today we see people believing that Sulaiman A.S. did magic through his ring to summon the jinns, the ring which they claim had the shape of a pentagram in it, and hence they use the very same symbol for black magic so that they can summon jinns. This is all extreme ignorance and a grave accusation against the renowned and respected Prophet of Allah. The story of Sulaiman A.S. is not about magic or rings. It is not about objects. It is about something far greater. A reminder that all power, all control, and all authority belong only to Allah. Today, even if the original ring is found, it will benefit no one. No jinns will come under anyone's control. But if one does, try to control jinns by making the image of the seal of Sulaiman A.S., pentagrams and so on. Jinns will surely take control of him or her and fool him or her into believing that it was the human who is in control of them, rather than jinns controlling humans. May Allah save us all from the traps of Satan. Ameen.